Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful morning out here on the homestead. The tops of the mountains are covered with ice. It snowed quite a bit yesterday, and most of it has melted. I'm headed down to the barn to milk the cow, and we're doing something new today. For the first time, last night I separated Brownie the calf from Dolly. So I'm really looking forward this morning to seeing how much more milk I get. I've got all my milking supplies. I got my bucket covered with plastic. It's about 20 degrees this morning, which is beautiful weather for milking. It does mean cold pinkies because those pinkies don't always get in to the milking process, and so they're standing still out there, staying out of the way. Woo, they get cold. So Brownie is in this stall. Hey Brownie. He's like, what is going on? I didn't get to nurse all night. He's probably hungry this morning. Don't worry, you'll get to nurse soon. And then Dolly and the goats are over here. Come on out, Dolly. Everyone probably is wondering what's going on. This arrangement will take a little bit of getting used to for the cows, but once it's become a routine, they should be just okay with it. The first thing we do before we milk, after we get her in the milking stanchion, is give her a really good brush down. Not just the udder, but her whole sides, so that it reduces the amount of dust or anything that could fall off of her as we're milking down into the milk bucket. Here's some pig for you, girl. The next thing we do is wash her udder down with about 6 to 8 warm, soapy cotton cloths, starting with the teats and then moving out and washing the whole area. And as you can see, at first they come out pretty dirty. I'm really excited to see if separating the calf from Dolly makes a difference in how much milk that we get. You can tell, or I can tell, that her udder in the front portion where he mostly nurses is significantly more full, and she's actually leaking right down there. Milk's just dribbling out on the ground. In order to get the milk, you don't just squeeze on the udder. Her body actually has to let the milk down. And so it's really good for your cow to be calm. I'm worried that the calf bawling back there might actually stress her out. So I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna let him out so she can see that he's okay. I'm just a little worried he may try to butt in on my milking and get his breakfast before I'm done milking. Nice thing about having this bucket of hot water is that you can wash your hands down in the soapy water anytime that you might be concerned your hands get dirty. So I wash them again in that hot water right before I get started. We never put the dirty rags back in there. Oh, there's Brownie. He's trying to sneak in there. So let's get to milking and try to get this done. There's definitely more milk up in the front 2 quarters. I can tell already, just because usually by the time we milk in the morning, he's already had his breakfast, and you can tell there's just not that much milk up there. You know, milking a cow is such an interesting thing because it's really based on you trusting your animal, because in the position I'm in right now, she could raise up her back leg and kick me right down on the ground. But she's never done this. She's actually never kicked at all while we were milking. The worst thing she's done while milking is she's lifted her back leg and stepped into the bucket. And that's the very worst thing she's done. She's never kicked at all. This is something that people have done for thousands of years. And so these milking cows, they have hundreds and hundreds of generations of this relationship with people where they let people squeeze the milk out of their udders without hurting them. So it's something that's really bred into them. It's in their genetics. And it's a pretty amazing experience. So far, Brownie's behaving. I'm not going to say he's happy with this arrangement. But he's okay. Don't worry, you'll have your turn soon. Okay, I'm done milking, and this is definitely the most milk that we've ever gotten in a milking. Brownie, don't worry. You'll have a turn in just a second. We'll let her out of here and let little Brownie have a turn. There you go, Mr. Brownie. Finally, breakfast time. He's like, come on, why isn't there more milk in there for me? Lest any of you worry about the calf getting enough milk, don't worry. He's old enough to not eat for 12 hours like this. And Dolly actually can increase her milk production to meet our needs and the calf's needs. And also, cows do something called holding back milk, where they won't let down all their milk. They'll actually keep some milk in their udder for their calves. I don't know if they choose to do this or if it's just something that happens automatically. But this is something people do all over the world, is calf sharing, and it's okay. The calves get enough. Here's breakfast for the pigs. Here's breakfast for the goats and the cow. No, that's not your breakfast. You don't get to eat grain in the morning. No, you can't have it. Flopsy and Raven are cleaning up any little bits that Dolly left. Alfalfa pellets and sunflower seeds. Breakfast for the chickens. And breakfast for the other chickens and the ducks and the goose. Thank y'all for all of your great questions for our question and answer video. Bree and I have not gotten a chance to sit down and make that video together, but we will, and we look forward to answering your questions. I think that video will come out Tuesday or Wednesday. Not quite sure. I've got a couple pieces of firewood and I'm almost done with morning chores. Let's go inside and measure that milk. This is definitely more milk than we've ever gotten. I'm pouring this milk through this cheesecloth filter into the jars. Okay, so we got 2 gallons. I was actually wrong. That's not the most we've ever gotten. We have gotten 2 gallons before. But the past couple days when I've been milking, I've only gotten just over a gallon. Bree tends to get a little more. She's a little more practiced at milking. This is basically twice as much as I've been getting the past few days, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna label those and put them in the fridge. Beautiful, fresh milk. Brighton was asking for some milk. Here's some milk for you, buddy. It's hard to say no when you have so much milk. Hold that cup tight. Hold the cup tight. 2 hands. Whoa, on the floor. Milk on the floor. Oh no. I kind of figured that was going to happen. Grace wants some milk. Grace is working on her school. All right, thank you all so much for joining us today. Hit that thumbs up on this video. If you've not subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button below. I would love to hear from you all as to whether you've ever tried fresh cow's milk and how you thought it compared to regular milk, or maybe you've never tried fresh cow's milk. Please leave a comment and tell us if you have ever had fresh milk. That was another great day on the homestead, and we'll see you in the next video.